And welcome into That Real Texas Team podcast, episode 124. We are here today to talk about the divisional round that did not go as expected, to say the very least. We squandered an amazing opportunity to finally get over the hump and exercise some demons, as Steve Young would probably say, get the monkey off the back. Instead, the monkey is
firmly
dug in deeper. He's like a tick now. It's a thing. Okay. If you're new here, my name is Curtis. I'm always here. You can check me out also on this AFC South show. Up at the top right, we got Mike, aka Black Magic, aka Magic Mike, aka the Black Mr. Clean. You can check him out at Mass 3 Productions all across the social medias. Our gentleman down here at the bottom is Chris, a.k.a. Pac-Man_King Freestyle. You can check him out at That's Crazy Podcast and Talk. Enough of that. I have been struggling to find realistically what this team can actually do after that game, because the bar was pretty low. I'm willing to bet that we probably win that game with just average to even bad quarterback play. We got worse than that, unfortunately. But, I mean, I'll just ask it. Does Davis Mills win that game?
No.
I don't think he does, but only because I love Davis Mills. I was one of those people that was sitting in the stands with my mask on watching Davis Mills play football. I love him as a football player. I love him as a Houston Texan. But if we're being completely honest, he does not have more talent than our current starting quarterback. He just doesn't.
I don't think he has more talent. I think he's mentally further ahead.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if he's mentally further ahead, but like some people said, CJ looked like he was gone.
CJ looked lost.
Yes.
He had a couple bad plays, and this has kind of been CJ's thing. If he has a bad play, he can't flush it. He can't go out there, new slate the next series, and not let it affect him. He's one of those that if he's playing bad, it usually compounds. Now,
I mean, he's a kid, whatever. That's just. But okay, so like, I actually have two answers to this question. If Davis Mills starts the game, yes, he wins this game. As crazy as it sounds, him coming in at the second half, them benching CJ, no, he does not win this game. I do not believe that he, and I'm only saying, and to be honest, we still don't even know, because the thing, okay, so the thing about it is Davis doesn't throw the interceptions, so we have more bites at the apple. But at the same time, so you got CJ through the pick six. That was the only points that they scored off of our turnovers. All their other points did not come off a turnover. It was just that pick six. So take those 7 points off the board. Do I think Davis Mills can drive us down? Even if it's just field goals. CJ threw 4 picks. Even if it's just field goals. I believe that can happen if Davis Mills played the entire game. If we would have won that game, let's just say CJ's hurt. Davis Mills is playing. Davis Mills wins that game.
Let me ask, have either one of y'all went back and watched the game without your emotions in it yet?
No.
I went back and watched it that night. First half was fucking horrible. It's one of the worst halves of football I've ever seen in my life. And I've coached middle school football. And it's one of the worst first halves I've ever seen in my life. His second half, not even going to say it's a little bit better. It was a lot better. And it still wasn't enough, because the die had already been cast.
I don't
the game was over at halftime.
I don't
believe the game that was over at halftime. The only reason I say that Davis doesn't win that game, CJ didn't throw an interception in the second half. So if Davis goes out there and doesn't throw an interception, Woody Marks fumbles. You can't stop. And No, but you also understand that and that Woody Marks fumble means nothing. It means nothing to me. I understand that could have been a thing that possibly could have won us the game, but at the same time, I don't believe that has anything to do with because CJ did so much damage in the first half. In the first half.
Fact of that, the reason why I say it was over is because CJ was done at halftime. Mentally, he was done. Woody Marks' fumble, I don't blame that completely on Woody Marks because we being honest, we had a rookie running back in a position he shouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
We should have had a veteran that was able to do what Woody gets in trouble when he tries to do too much, which he's been doing all year long, right?
No, and that's fine. I'm not mad. No. I have no problems with the Woody fumble, honestly, at all.
But the thing is, if that's Joe Mixon, that fumble doesn't even happen.
We don't know that.
Look, if
that's Nick Chubb, it probably doesn't even happen.
I'm gonna disagree with both. I'm gonna push back on Davis Mills does not win this game if he comes in at halftime. So at halftime, the score was 21-10, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
In the entire second half,
it was 21-10 or 21. Yeah, it was 21-10 because it was down 11. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So second half, the offense scores 6 points, and then they have the defense allows without a doubt one of the best one-handed catches in the playoffs you could possibly ask for out of Kayshon Boutte.
I didn't know he had that in him.
No, but
I don't think he knew he had that in him.
You're not wrong that the offense was moving in the second half. Hell, they score on that first possession of the second half, a touchdown. The game looks a lot different. Where we're not connecting the dots as far as where Davis Mills would differ from what CJ Stroud brought to the table in the second half. How many times in the first and the second half did you see CJ Stroud under pressure and making either an overthrow, an underthrow, throwing it way out of bounds? Davis Mills is either going to take a sack, throw the ball away, or he's going to give his receiver the only chance possible to catch it. He doesn't have the pinpoint accuracy that CJ Stroud does from time to time, but as of lately, it doesn't look like CJ Stroud has had it at all. He's missing.
He was bad. Yeah, he was bad all game. He got hurt. Like I said, he was bad all game. And you want me to be honest? I honestly think he got shell shocked when Dalton got hurt. I swear, it's like he got he wasn't throwing the ball well either to begin with. I'm not saying that he was throwing it better whenever Dalton got hurt, but I'm saying I feel like he got shell shocked because that is literally his security blanket. Like I said, to be honest, we won't Stover the bad guy, but Stover's not that guy. Dalton Schultz has been, as much as we complained about him last year, Dalton Schultz has been there when he needed him the most, and he was out of the game. Forget the Nico thing because the Nico thing honestly does not matter to me because I felt like if he could have gotten Dalton Schultz back, it would have calmed him down a lot more. If you just want me to be honest.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I mean, losing the weapons definitely hurt. I mean, Woody Marks was out for a pretty good chunk of the first half.
I forgot about that.
And then Ursary left. I believe I can't remember if he
Titus left and came back.
Yeah. So I mean, all sorts of injuries all around him. I can only imagine that CJ at several points kind of felt like a drop in a bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get it, but I think Davis Mills plays a cleaner style of ball. We've seen him come back from bigger deficits this season against probably a more turnover crazy defense in the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep.
I have no reason to believe that he couldn't do it. It wouldn't be ideal, obviously, but somebody, I think it was DJ Bieniemy, made a tweet about it and was like, do you go to Davis Mills in the second half? If you do, you risk losing CJ entirely.
For good. Yeah, you actually do.
Like mentally in the shitter for the rest of his career. So to that aspect, yeah, probably if you're still hoping that CJ is going to turn into something, you're going to let him see it all the way through. Just the same way the Jags let Trevor Lawrence see it through and his 4 interception first half.
I remember that. I had to go back to that too. But something I've been thinking about, I've been kicking around in this bald ass head of mine, is CJ's accuracy and how you were saying it the other night, the yips. He's basically had them since that Denver game.
Yeah.
He never really fully came back from that.
No, he has not. I think he is scared to get hit. That's why he's also scared of, taking a sack and that, spelling the end of the game for him, I guess. I can't think of a scenario where, most of these times where CJ's been strip sacked or thrown a bad pass, specifically the pick six, he throws that ball at his tight end's feet.
Yeah.
That's a different ball. We're having a very different conversation right now. We were leading in the game when the interception was thrown.
We were looking good. I thought we were going to go score.
Yeah. And then CJ throws the pick six, and it just never really turned anything, no sort of corner turning at all.
I think back to it, and one of the things that I know my football coach when I was in school used to say, the thing he loved for his quarterbacks to do would be baseball pitchers. Because a pitcher is the one position out of any sport that after fucking up, you have to flush it and move on.
Yeah. But Davis Mills, as we know, did not come in the second half.
No,
so
he did not.
This is just an exercise of
futility. Let's be real.
Well, futility, but
no, I will tell you this. Davis Mills comes in and wins this game. If that was what was to happen, I would have bought my Davis Mills jersey early. I know I said I would have waited for the Super Bowl, but I'd have bought my Davis Mills jersey.
Shit, we probably all get in line for one.
Oh yeah, I'd have bought my Davis Mills jersey just because. And like I said, I just so number one, we all know CJ's not going nowhere. At least not this coming season. He's not going anywhere. Whether he's starting or not, that is something that we're going to question over the next few weeks. But there's no trades going to happen. There's no going and getting Joe Burrow. None of that's going to happen. We can't afford to get Joe Burrow for that matter. And it's just none of that's going to happen. People can have wishful thinking. It sounds great. It sounds great. But also, I'm always going to say to the simple fact is I just want one time. I know they were playing better. And I don't know. I know they're probably not going to be able to do it. But if they just find some way to get a real offensive line thing going, I'm happy the defense is super Legion of Boom, whatever you want to call it. I would have been happy with our defense being a little bit worse to have the offensive line, because I think that is still a big issue, and I think until he can feel like he's really protected, he's not gonna. We're going to keep seeing this, and I'm not saying the offensive line was not good in the Patriots game. I'm going to say that now. CJ was worse. CJ was worse than they were, but they were not good. Yeah. Mostly because you don't. The Trent Brown thing was a big thing. That was a big thing. It's snowing out there, whatever. But
it's just, let's speaking on the Trent Brown thing for just a second. You're Nick Caserio. This offseason's coming. Do you go get a left guard or do you go get a right tackle?
Here's the weird part, and I've been thinking about this, but I think that if we're still going to give CJ the old, he's young, let's let him figure it out. Blake Fisher gets that too.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh well, if you want to be honest, I honestly want. We need a fucking center.
Yeah, we do, and
that's what I like. And it's and I'm not trying to talk down. I don't think Andrews has been terrible, but sometimes he is. But we need to go get a center, because I do agree with the Blake Fisher aspect, because I do think he's been getting a lot better. And the thing about it is, and also my thing about it is, I also would like Blake Fisher at left tackle.
No.
I don't want him at right tackle.
No. Because that means you're getting rid of the guy who's playing left tackle.
But I'm saying, but that's
he
that's
can't
just
play
the thing,
right
that's
tackle.
just the thing about it.
That guy can't play right tackle.
So you got two left tackles that can't play right tackle because Blake Fisher can't play right tackle in my opinion.
I got it. So if you were to move permanently, if you were to move Fisher to be your starting left tackle, and I assume that would mean that Titus Howard would be your right guard or your right tackle. I apologize. And then Ursery would have to play left guard.
But can he do that?
I don't know. I mean, it's usually harder for guards to become tackles than it is tackles to become guards.
Yeah.
There's usually a size difference. I mean, look at Ed Ingram compared to Trent Brown and Ursery. I mean, very different stature. But
that would be my one fear with Ursery. Ursery might be too goddamn big.
I don't know if Mekhi Becton's big ass can do it.
But he's on the right side.
I mean, yeah, that's the run side, but I mean, if you don't sign Ed Ingram, you're going to have to put Ursery over there. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll circle back to that because that's a whole other separate conversation.
Not saying that. Not saying like. And my thing about it is like in Ursery, he has not been great at left tackle. I know he's a rookie, and we're going to go through the growing pains, but it's not like he's been great.
He also hasn't been as bad as Blake at any point.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, but when do we ever see? We saw Blake at left tackle with the one game. What was it? Was Ursery hurt or something like that?
The Chargers game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Blake Fisher played very well.
He did play a good left tackle. But the thing is, which is your wasted cost? Because whichever guy's not playing left tackle, he's either going to have to learn to play right tackle or another position, or it's going to be a wasted draft pick.
Yeah,
because they see something. I mean, especially they or like I said, they bring them in for those packages. And then my thing about it is like come on, we're not going to see Patterson or Juice.
Oh no,
you see Patterson first.
No, neither one of those guys. If anybody makes it through this offseason, it'll probably be Patterson as the backup center.
Yeah. We got some comments here. Brandon says, threw a multi-interception game to Carlton fucking Davis in back-to-back years and squandered an amazing defensive effort in both Lions and Pats. Back-to-back years. It's not a one-off game. You build a 10-man O-line, not a 5-man.
Correct.
I don't know what to say about Jake Andrews because that's Popovich's guy. Do you tell Pop no or let him or tell him he's got to go?
I actually think Pop did a good job coaching these guys up. I actually don't have as much of an issue with him as I did before the season started. At first, I felt like he brought in the same problem that you just fired. But actually, I have to say he did a pretty good job. And I think part of the reason why Fisher was playing that outside tight end is because they figured out he can run block. He can definitely do that. It's the pass block that's questionable with him.
Yeah. That, and I think the shorthandedness at tight end for a while there was probably a good reason. But to me, guys, when you look at this season, not just as the one game in the divisional round or the wild card playoffs, when you look at this season, this defense was otherworldly from start to finish. This defense was probably about as close to a generational defense as you can possibly ask for. Decent up-and-coming wide receivers. We've got, an improved, not by much, but an improved offensive line.
Yeah. Low bar.
Low bar. And then, of course, we had the setback at running back with no Joe Mixon. And
we have no tight ends.
No tight ends. But realistically, a lot of the games this year, you look at the Rams game, you look at the Buccaneers game, you look at the Jags game, the first 3 games we lost. You look at the Seahawks game. Those are 4 games where CJ Stroud was just pedestrian, was throwing terrible passes.
I don't want to count the Bucks game in that because he did walk off the field with a lead.
I mean, yeah, but it's not like the lead was insurmountable, obviously. It wasn't like he had played well. It was really more of like everybody's
also when we had you also got to remember that we still had people on the offensive line that we don't even know where they're at.
Tomlinson was out there doing whatever the hell.
Bro, Cam Robinson was so bad in Cleveland. They was like,
how did we get suckered into this?
Bro, oh my God. Cam Robinson, like, I think Cam Robinson was better when he was in the Texans.
He was.
Realistically, gentlemen, this was a wasted year. Go lay down.
Oh, of course. I mean. Okay, so look, I agree. I'll say I'm going 100% agree with you that we should be on our path the way to the Super Bowl. I would also agree with you in 2019 when I just knew that we were going to blow out the Kansas City Chiefs. I just knew it. Like how did that? What did I just watch?
But those first few games, even with that, CJ wasn't playing his best football. But our offensive coordinator also looked like he didn't know what the fuck he was doing either.
And that's part of it. But with the struggles of CJ, I think that means that Caley has to stay.
Yes. Yeah. Thing is, if CJ stays, Caley has to.
Yeah.
Because
pairing him with another offensive coordinator this year, you might as well throw the year away.
I mean, golly, he ain't Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is the only person that can deal with that.
And Jalen Hurts looked like shit.
Baker Mayfield.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
Anytime you keep swapping,
he looked like shit at the end of the year. I know he had no receivers.
Even anytime you keep swapping out offensive coordinators, it's not good for an experienced quarterback. We don't have an experienced quarterback. We still got a young guy. Yeah. It's creepy as hell. I didn't think about it till you just said it. He's gonna next year be his 4th year. He's still on 24.
Mm-hmm.
And also and this is my thing about it. The things I feel like there are certain things that CJ needs to succeed because he needs the other people. And I'm not saying it's all offensive line, but I think that he needs he needs like a CJ need, and I think most quarterbacks need this, but CJ's not a Caleb Williams that's go throw crazy 4th down passes to the end zone. Like he's not that type of quarterback. He has a great skill set and he's able to do certain things. But the thing about it is CJ he needs that running game, and that's what they wanted to push. But CJ needs that himself also.
CJ needs a running game in a clean pocket.
CJ needs a lot more help to be a game manager than a lot of the best game managers that have ever existed. Case, go play. I'm serious. I want you to think about it. I mean, Alex Smith.
Okay, so like you say Alex Smith. Hold on. For what team?
The Chiefs.
Or the
He had Travis Kelce already. He had Travis Kelce.
Was not shit.
And Travis Kelce looked good, though. Now, I will say Tyreek was there, but Tyreek was like a T.Y. Hilton at that time.
Well, he wasn't even like that because Alex Smith couldn't throw the ball deep.
Yeah, it wasn't that. Alex Smith had a good running game at the time.
I mean, yeah. Jamal Charles. I think they had a young Kareem Hunt at some point. And, I mean, they had running backs. And then, of course, you've got the benefit of, working under one of the smartest offensive coaches of the last however long.
Yep.
But that's not what turned Alex Smith's career around.
Like,
his career turned around before he went to Kansas City.
Yeah.
He developed 7 years after he was drafted into your prototypical game manager.
Yeah, after getting benched for Colin Kaepernick. Or was he hurt? Was he hurt?
No,
he was hurt.
No, but the thing about it is why he became that. I don't know if this is the same issue with CJ, but Alex Smith sat on his ego. You got to remember, Alex Smith was when I say sat on his ego, Alex Smith was the number one pick. Everybody's telling you you're supposed to be great. You're supposed to be great. You're the best thing since sliced bread, all this crap. And he had a couple of setbacks that showed him, bro, you're not it.
Well, I mean, while I agree with you, I also would like to say, I mean, wasn't Mike Nolan his fucking head coach for a while?
When in San Francisco?
Yeah. I think it was like Mike Nolan. He might have been at the tail end of
he had Mariucci.
Mike Singletary.
Yeah, he had like 3 different head coaches at some point.
Yeah. And then what's his nuts came in? Harbaugh.
Yep.
And instituted a system where the quarterback didn't have to be Hercules and
strong running game.
And had a strong running game. Next thing you know, things are fine. Look,
but that's how I feel like with CJ. CJ had motor. I feel like when motor turned up, CJ started looking a lot better.
But that's
because it wasn't happening with Damian
2 years ago.
But I understand that when he had Joe Mixon, CJ he wasn't bad. Like I mean, he wasn't nowhere nearly as good. But I'm just saying, I feel like CJ needs that. Think about it. When Joe Mixon, these games that Joe Mixon's out and Joe Mixon's hurt, and not talking about this season, last season, what happened? CJ's playing terrible.
He struggled. Yeah. He did. But it is a thing. He does need a good running game. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure Joe Mixon would have been successful those first 4 games of the season when the offense was struggling like fuck.
Probably not. And I'm not going to deny that at all because the offense was just very inept. But
bro, it was like a 4-year-old playing Madden.
This was the easiest path to the Super Bowl we've ever had.
Yes.
All we needed CJ to do. We didn't need him to go out there and play like fucking Brett Favre or Pat Mahomes or prime Peyton Manning. Go out there and beat Trent Dilfer, and we're gonna fucking go to the AFC Championship game.
I'm telling you, and I agree with what you're saying. I just believe that CJ went out there with that mindset. I honestly believe that he went out there with that mindset. And mind you, not trying to take up for him, not trying to make an excuse. He made some the most idiotic throws that I ever seen in my life. And like I say, I am of the mindset I wouldn't even be mad if they got rid of him. Wouldn't be mad at all after what I saw. But at the same time, I just feel like I honestly feel like the moment he lost Dalton, that was it. I honestly feel like it because he just does not have. I feel like the only other receiver that he acts like he really has trust in is Hutch. He threw it to Hutch a bunch of times.
Yeah, Hutch and Higgins.
He had a couple of Higgins.
Okay, I'm tripping, but why is Jalen Noel not on the field more? I'm still trying to figure that out.
I'm not.
And I feel like he had a great rapport with Jalen Noel in the Frisco game when Nico was out, and I don't know, bro. And
I saw Braxton Berrios on the field before Jalen Noel.
Yeah,
bro, you showed.
Here's another. Brandon just kind of inspired this thought here. Here's another quarterback who I think would have probably won that game. Derek Carr.
Damn.
Probably David Carr.
Yeah, as much shit as we talk about David Carr, he did definitely become a game manager towards the end of his career.
Well, not even just that. I mean, this would far and away be the best team he's ever been a part of.
Would have been as crazy as it is. It would have been the best offensive line he ever had in front of him.
Exactly.
Easily.
I mean, we would have seen like a mythical David Carr performance, but there is so much that should have gone right about this playoff sequence. You know, what the moment the Buffalo Bills and Broncos game ended, and then the news circulated about Bo Nix breaking his fucking ankle, and now it's Jarrett Stidham. He's going to be starting. that was like, okay, we've got to win this game now.
Yep.
Because you're almost guaranteed to have a probable spot in the Super Bowl right there. You just got to go out there and out defense a defense in the Broncos. Because it's not like Jared Stidham was going to fucking beat this Texans defense.
No fucking way.
No, I agree. I'm just honestly saying, my whole thing is we all year we watch CJ play like this. So I am not surprised that I get it. But we watched enough to how many scares did we have that there were interceptions this season?
Hold on,
come on,
Chris.
now.
For example, how many turnovers did the Texans have as a team for the whole regular season?
What was it, 11?
11 or 12. CJ had 10 turnover potential plays, 5 fumbles total, 2 lost, and 5 interceptions
in 2 games.
In 2 games.
And what I'm saying, obviously the moment was too big. But what I'm saying is I feel like all season he's literally been throwing balls that should have been intercepted that weren't intercepted all season long. I feel like he should have had more of a Sam Darnold year. I feel like he Sam Darnold went into his game with the right mindset, and they blew out the team that they blew out. CJ Stroud did not. He went out there. It's oh my God, it's snowing. Like it's a lot of things. It's also Sam Darnold's older too, but there's a lot of things that's going on in his mind. And I'm trying to tell you, I feel like the moment he lost Dalton Schultz, every decision he made, it was going to be bad.
The thing is, if we take a step back, one of the things that I say that when CJ's at his best, doesn't he look like he's having fun?
Mm-hmm.
This entire year, CJ has not looked like he was having fun.
Brand's got a point here, I think. My theory on Stroud always throwing INTs to navy blue jerseys stands strong. Maybe he just can't tell the difference.
He might be a little colorblind. Maybe.
But the offseason started too soon. Now we're looking at expectations, and we're watching some of the coaching carousels, and we're thinking about the future, not just of the franchise, but of CJ. Let's take a look at what the Titans have done in hiring Robert Saleh as their head coach. Obviously, he runs the same kind of defense that D'Amico does. We saw the kind of defense that he can build when he's given a couple of years like he was with the Jets. And we saw what he was able to do with a very banged-up San Francisco 49ers team. This is a solid move for the Titans.
It is.
This whole division is trending in this direction. And while I understand from like a logistical standpoint that if you move on from CJ or you didn't end up starting next season, you're kind of, I don't know, just kind of throwing 2026 into the shitter because you're going to imagine that there's going to be a step forward from the Titans. Definitely going to be a step forward on the defense. You imagine the Colts are going to come back and at least be 8-9 again. And then the Jags look poised to be back doing the same shit next season. And we have a pretty interesting schedule. I don't know if you guys have looked at our opponents yet, but it's not going to get easy in the division anytime soon. It's crazy to say, finally, we're going to have a competitive division.
The most questionable team is still the Colts. And the only reason the Colts are like that is because we don't know who the fuck's playing quarterback. That's the only reason.
Yeah, 1,000%. So let's get into the brass tacks here, gentlemen. CJ's future, 5th-year option, and contract extension. I think at this point we can go ahead and rule out any sort of long-term extension this season.
Yep.
I would be surprised if they even pulled out the 5th-year option.
They're going to.
They will because it's still
it protects you.
I mean, it's a cheaper option than signing.
Well,
I'm trying to think. There's like a phrase that I'm going for here. It's like you could risk everything on something you're very unfamiliar with, or you could keep the shit in your hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 2 birds in the hand.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, if we're being completely honest, the 5th year was going to be taken anyway. Even if we gave him a contract extension, we were going to take the 5th year because it spreads the money out further. Will Anderson's going to get his 5th year option taken this year, and he's going to get a contract extension.
Oh yeah, he's getting a contract extension for sure.
But no, but that's how this process goes. You sign him for the 5th year, and the contract extension starts after that 5th year.
Yeah. I think Brandon's got the right idea. I think not only do you kind of change the money that you're getting CJ, you have to change the expectations.
Yes.
CJ is not going to be your franchise guy. He's not going to be your Mahomes. We're looking at Kerry Collins.
Is that so bad?
I mean, he's played in the Super Bowl.
Well, the thing is, I wasn't looking at him like Mahomes till he showed us he looked at Mahomes. His first year was like, damn, it's great. Let's see it trending upward. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. The thing is, as bad it is to say why a lot of people like dump Stroud, go get another quarterback. You're starting your whole process over. You're throwing away that defense. Like, are you thinking we're going to go get somebody that Tua, who his team is throwing away, and will be better?
No.
And that'd be my problem. People be wanting people that be throwaways too. Anytime somebody get released, that's when we should sign him.
Kyler Murray, another team throwaway. Like all the guys that are going to be available for a reason.
Yeah.
At least
there's some names.
Number one, if you want to be
really
honest,
available, it's worth it.
As far as worth it in what sense? That's the only name that I was thinking of because he's young enough where you can still Malik
Willis.
I don't necessarily think he's got a high ceiling either. I think you're basically just paying for another CJ, but
I know, but at least he runs. And I mean I feel like he's gotten a lot better, but he's fat. He's gonna run.
Guys, but he's gotten a lot. Don't trust the whole he's gonna run thing. Malik has gotten a lot better of who was his coach?
LaFleur.
But that's why he got better. In college, he didn't have great coaches. When he first got into the NFL, he played for the Titans. He didn't have great coaching. It's the whole reason why I brought up the thing about, if anything, one of the things that I'm looking at, I'm replacing our current quarterback coach. If I'm not replacing the offensive coordinator, I'm bringing in another quarterback coach to work with CJ.
If I'm CJ Stroud, the only person I'm keeping in my posse or group of people who trained me in the offseason, the only person who's keeping their job is the chaplain.
No arguments there.
Like, that's it. We got
because this guy is the same guy that trains Deshaun.
Yeah. Well, maybe definitely not that guy.
No, but that's my point. All his team is damn near Deshaun's team.
Yeah. Brandon says the Jags.
What's that? What's his name? The Palmer kid that everybody gets before the draft. Is it Palmer?
The what now?
I'm trying to think the guy that every college quarterback brings in to go work with right before the draft.
Oh, like Jesse Palmer?
Thank you.
Carson Palmer's little brother?
Yeah. Go holler at Jesse for a minute. Go talk to someone. Hey, you and Tom Brady got a nice relationship. Tom, let me holler at you.
Tom, Peyton, fucking literally Drew Brees.
Anybody. Hey, Troy Aikman sound like he might pick up his phone right now.
For real. Apparently, he's supposed to be helping in the coaching search for Miami.
Yeah, but they haven't put him on the payroll, so it's still...
he can't be on payroll because of his broadcasting job.
Well, Tom Brady's
an owner. It's not payroll.
That's why I say can CJ still call Tom?
Probably not, but
I won't tell if you won't tell.
Brandon says the Jags are going to fall off hard, losing all their guys to contracts and have no picks. 8 and 9 Jags incoming.
Oh, bro, yeah. Hold on. Did somebody say something about the Colts? The Colts ain't got no damn picks.
But they don't need.
Yeah. No, I mean, realistically, the Colts just fucking keep it.
You say that, but they traded that away to go forward this year.
Yeah, but they traded away. the pick wasn't going to be super great anyway. It sucks that they traded it. It was stupid to do it for what they traded it for, but they didn't necessarily need the pick. They thought they were that close. And I'm going to be honest, they were.
Yeah. Brandon
they
says,
really were.
Hear me out. Pay them by their number. Will Anderson gets 50 million. Stroud gets 7.
Ouch.
That's crazy.
Brandon says, fire the team chaplain or fire the chaplain too. Damn. Well, Stroud's heroes are Warren Moon and Geno Smith. So
no, not Geno.
I
know Deshaun was at one point, was on his list.
No.
So look, let's get a little bit more positive here, gentlemen. 2026 expectations. Now, obviously, there's a lot of things for 2026 that have to be set in stone and figured out, and blah blah blah. The draft and free agency, but coming off of what we just came off of, what are the expectations for 2026? For me, it's conference championship or bust.
Yeah, of course. We were there. We've been scratching at the door for 3 years in a row. Why should I lower my expectations?
Well, the only reason that I think anybody would lower their expectations is if you think that the ceiling is dropped on CJ.
I don't think so. This was a horrible fucking year, and we still got there.
Yeah.
There was so much shit that went wrong with this year. God.
Yeah.
What didn't go wrong?
Yeah, you're not wrong. Chris, what are you thinking?
We still don't know who the fuck's playing free safety or strong safety.
I don't know.
You know we're going to draft one in like the 5th round, and we'll be all right.
It's extremely.
If Casario's drafting, we might be.
To have expectations, because like I already know what they're gonna do. They're gonna do the same things they do every year. They're gonna know that CJ don't have it all the way there. They knew CJ didn't have it all the way there after his first season. Like I know he was great. He was great his first season or whatever, but they knew he didn't have it all his first season. And we're going to go on the season and we're going to be sitting here talking about this right now, possibly not even in the playoffs, because we knew what was going to happen, because it's the same thing's been happening every single year. Defense is going to be great, except we're going to the defense ain't going to win as many games as they won last year, because the offense is going to be worse. Right now I think the offense is going to be worse. That's how I feel.
There's no way.
Look, the law of averages tells us that the defense will have to fall to like some sort of mean, some sort of average, some kind of mid-level. It has to happen. The defense, while I would say we're keeping probably 80% of the pieces, there's no way that everybody's going to pick up the same way that they left off last season. Somebody's going to get hurt, just like we had with the safety room. Next year, it'll be a different spot. It'll be somewhere random, and we're going to be missing somebody. You know, if Kamari Lassiter this season misses 8 games, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that being. I really do see that being a problem. And that's the thing about it. I just okay. So like, if you want to be honest, I feel like our defensive line, although Will and Daniil are like monsters of their own, I think plug and play. We've been pretty good plugging and playing there. It's the other positions that if you're missing an Aziz, some shit like that.
Yeah,
that's the whole reason why I say it's more than likely EJ's brought back. Unless some other team just offers him a shit ton of money. But if we're being completely honest, our defensive tackles have been bad.
Yeah.
They really weren't good this year, and our defense did that.
Yeah.
Our best defensive tackle all year was Tim Sutton.
Well, I think Sheldon Rankins probably
passed him towards the end. 2 touchdowns to do that.
Well, I mean, fair, but I think generally speaking, Sheldon and Tommy Togiai had really solid years. Welch says, "Do y'all think CJ is the answer?" To which that I'm going to ask, "What's the question?"
Correct. That's what I said.
Is he the franchise? Probably not. Is he a guy that you could probably
right
win?
Now?
Yeah. At the moment, your expectation for CJ needs to be Alex Smith, Kansas City years. That's what we need.
I feel like this. I don't, because I no longer have any expectations from CJ.
Bro, you need
I hope
for your quarterback.
No, I have no expectations until he proves me wrong. Maybe he comes in with a different mindset. But right now, the way his mindset is, if they go into the season with the same issues that they had last year, you ain't gonna do nothing but break them more. You ain't gonna do nothing but break them more. So
look, Brandon, I'm not saying they're gonna be like average. I mean, like they have to fall, like they can't maintain that high of a level. You know, the 2015 Broncos, when they won the Super Bowl, basically just off the fumes of Peyton Manning's career, that defense was impeccable. The next year, I'm pretty sure DeMarcus Ware retired. There was some other guys that left in free agency.
Von Miller left.
Yeah, well, not in 2015.
No, he left 2017. I'm sorry.
I thought he was.
Bro, and like Von Miller, like has sneakily been on like a whole bunch of teams.
Oh yeah, it's like 20.
Like,
I thought he's been there for anyway. Not the point. I don't think the defense just falls all the way off a cliff. I just think that they become human rather than a superpower.
Well, and that depends on how you look at it. Right now, they were considered the number one defense. I can see them still being top 5.
Absolutely, they have the potential to do that, but the law of averages dictates that at some point there will be a fall from grace.
Like, that's first off, replace Tremont Smith. You need a real backup cornerback. We don't have one.
Yeah. Well, we drafted one. He got hurt. Jalen Smith.
And Elijah Huzzy was supposed to be the other one.
He was also hurt. And then you also had MJ Stewart, Jimmy Ward, CJ Gardner-Johnson. There were a lot of things, moves.
None of those 3 guys will be on the team next year.
No, but
not a one.
Though they were at one point tabbed as the starter during this season.
I bet MJ Stewart somehow still on the roster.
It's honestly kind of pretty likely. I think they're going to keep some sort of veteran back there for.
I believe that MJ Stewart ain't going nowhere. I don't think Jimmy Ward will be here.
No, Jimmy Ward will not be here. Jimmy Ward will be 35 years old. Jimmy Ward will not be here.
I think a MJ Stewart is highly likely.
Possible.
As much as
but Jimmy Ward is already retired. We just don't know yet.
Yeah. We just watched Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, and Josh Allen all lose out. Got to build a good, balanced, great team. I'm not saying that you can't do that. I think that the only way that this team, the way it's currently constructed, gets to the next thing is CJ lives up to being a game manager, and he takes a game manager's contract.
I was just about to say that these last 2 years and this thing in the playoffs actually might end up being one of the best things that ever happened to the Texans financially.
If that's what they decide to do. You know, now, if all hell breaks loose.
I mean, but that seems like that's what they want anyway. They built this superpower. They built this superpower defense. I mean, it seems like that.
Even with that being said, the superpower defense was an accident. And while I know D'Amico can coach a very good defense, but it ain't like we paid for it.
Yeah, but you already. I mean, Sting was already here. We already had Petrie here. They went and got Will Anderson. They went and got.
What I say about it being an accident, they drafted all of them. Look, Daniil and Aziz are the only 2 that weren't drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it was an accident. We knew these guys was gonna be good when they drafted them.
Bro, I didn't know Aziz was gonna be a Pro Bowl. He hadn't been one his whole career. This is his best year.
Gentlemen, let's take a look here into the crystal ball of 2026 free agency. These are the gentlemen that are tabbed to leave the franchise in free agency unless we obviously re-sign them. I'm just going to read through this list real fast for anybody who's not patient enough to read it themselves. Sheldon Rankins, Christian Kirk, Jimmy Ward, Danico Autry, EJ Speed, Derek Barnett, Tommy Townsend, Foley Fatukasi, Tim Settle, MJ Stewart, Nick Chubb, Ed Ingram, Trent Brown, and Christian Harris. That's 3 defensive ends, and 3 defensive tackles, a running back, a guard, a tackle, 2 safeties, 1 wide receiver. There were other names on this list. I just wanted to hit the most notable names we saw. Yeah. I don't think Christian Kirk comes back. I don't think
Yeah.
Danico Autry comes back.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. No, Nico Autry.
I
don't
see
think-
Autry retiring. Actually,
I mean, yeah. I don't think Foley comes back.
hell,
I don't think Chubb comes back. MJ Stewart's pretty likely, depending on the deal. I want Sheldon Rankins back badly. If Derek Barnett can come back on the deal he was just on, I'd be okay with that. I don't know. Tommy Townsend was so hot and cold. Like
it depends on the money.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, but he boomed.
Because sometimes Tommy will boot the hell out of it, and then other times like it's going backwards.
Yeah. Well, he booed the fuck out of one of them against the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like
when they ended up on like the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that they took it all the way down the field.
Yeah. Well, wasn't that one mostly by penalty though?
Yes.
Like they made some plays, but like there was also like two pass interference plays that were kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I want Rankins back. I think that they regretted losing him after the first year that D'Amico was here.
But I think he regrets leaving as well. So that actually might be one to where we can come to a number that everybody agrees on.
Yeah. Yeah, Devil Dog.
He's
So look,
scattershot with it.
Gun to my head, I got to keep 3 of these guys only. I'm going Ed Ingram, Sheldon Rankins, and
Settle. Or maybe EJ.
I'm torn between Settle and Speed. Like, I think Settle, he's still got a little bit of youth, and for whatever reason, defensive tackles, defensive kind of hybrids like Autry, they kind of blossom later, like in their late 20s and their 30s. So I would be cool with Tim Settle, Rankins, and Ed Ingram. What about you guys? Gun to your head, you can only keep 3.
I think we got the same 3. Like I said, the only thing I go back and forth is the EJ Speed and the Tim Settle one.
Yeah.
That's other than that, because
I agree. I mean,
Trent Brown did everything he could to try to stay healthy, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. And I don't want to rely on him again.
Brandon says Rankins, Speed, Autry, Barnett, Townsend, Ingram, and Brown. Whittle it down to 3 for me, Brandon. What 3 would you keep?
Autry, I wouldn't do, because we were trying to figure out how to get rid of Autry at one point this year, because we know we overpaid him.
Yeah, we have all that conversation about, we got to get rid of him. And then the first game he's back, he blocks like a field goal and an extra point.
If he comes back as a rotational guy on a rotational contract, fine. But he wasn't on a rotational contract. He was paid like a starter.
Yeah. A lot of pre-snap penalties on Brown. True, Devil Dog. But we won every game Trent Brown started, and he was a cheap backup. I will maintain until the day Trent Brown bites the dust that he was actually supposed to be the starter, but he was just not healthy. That's the only thing that makes the most sense to me. Because otherwise, I don't really think trotting out Ursery at right tackle and Cam Robinson at left made any fucking sense.
Ever. And they had made the commitment to move Titus in early.
Yeah. So, but gentlemen, I think this is a good spot to go ahead and wrap up this episode. Do we have any closing comments?
Oh, man. Pray for CJ. He needs to get in to see a therapist or 2.
Yeah.
He needs to dump his entire staff. And I think, as much as I even hate to say it, Shannon Sharp and all of them said one thing: he don't need to be doing a goddamn podcast anywhere.
Oh yeah, he don't need to tell him. We don't need to hear. I bet I see him on a commercial. I saw him on 2 million commercials. I feel like I saw him on 2 million commercials this year.
Did you see the press conference he did today?
No.
The press conference he did today, I was actually proud of him. He took all that brunt. That shit was ugly.
Yeah.
He had no choice.
No, but yeah, he had a choice, because I've seen quite a few other guys just skip the press conference. Josh Allen just skipped it.
Brandon says, I think Titus was supposed to be the right tackle, but we missed all the guards in the draft. I don't think so. If you remember how last year ended, he ended up on playing guard anyway for several different points. And
Booker was the only guy that was a decent guard through the entire first 3 rounds of the draft, really.
Yeah.
It was a shit ton of tackles in this draft.
Yeah. Chris, you got anything?
Nah.
Nah.
Look, gentlemen, I appreciate you coming on and talking Texans ball, especially with how brutal that last one was. But thank you guys for sticking it out all season.
Wait a minute, I did forget one thing. Bright side. Tank is fully healthy.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's fully healthy, but now we got to figure out if he's back.
Same guy. But the thing is, that should make CJ a little happier, right?
You would think
a little smile.
He's probably gonna sit there like Tank's and be like, "Guess what, man? I'm back," and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, but now I'm gone. Now everybody want me gone."
No, them two should spend all summer together.
I mean, they probably spent all day, every day together anyway. They're best friends.
No,
are you not married?
He was in rehab. He was Tank was really trying to get back on the field.
Hold up. CJ's not married, right?
Nope.
Is Tank married?
Hell no.
Oh. Well, shut the hell up, man.
Don't go there.
I wasn't going like that. I wasn't going zest.
That's what it sounded like.
No, it sounded like they was going to get real zesty.
You're thinking like they got nothing else to do, just hang out. They don't have a wife to be like, "Why are you going over to Tank's house tonight? I wish you would stay home tonight and just, spend some time with me on the couch, because I feel like you always playing football. And it's like, I thought you loved me and not football, but now here I am.
Are you in my house? No. The thing about it is, I think CJ technically still lives with his mom. Or his mom lives with him, whichever way you want to put it.
Dang, Curtis, aren't you married? Yeah, I'm married. Freshly married.
Yes.
I don't know about all that.
You don't have your jewelry on today.
Yeah, well, it's because I'm not used to wearing rings. It kind of fucks with my hand.
Guess what? It took me a minute.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like when you're not used to wearing hats and then you just wear hats all of a sudden. You're just like, is this who I am now? But look, gentlemen, as always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for sticking it out all the way through this year. Definitely some early downs followed by a lot of ups, and it just sucks that we had to, wrap it up, call it a season before it was really supposed to be done. But thank you everybody in the comments section.
We love y'all.
Devil Dog, Brandon, Eric for whenever he's in here, other randoms.
Other randoms. Somebody said they subscribed earlier.
Yeah.
They what?
Thank you.
Somebody said they subscribed like earlier in the
yeah.
Oh Lord, Jared Wayne.
Brandon said the ring messes up my game. That's funny. But look, go Texans. Fuck the Colts. Fuck the Jags. Fuck the Titans.
Fuck the Patriots.
And the Patriots and the Cowboys. Go Texans.